Hello, hello, and welcome to Artizen Showcase number 77, though we are rebranding it to Artizen Live. We really want to emphasize the live nature of it. We are doing this in real time. My brain is like an LLM. I have no idea what's coming out of it next, and you can feel the excitement of that when you're live, when you're joining someone in the moment that is unfolding in real time, because the next thing that happens no one knows. It's a bit of magic. So today we've got a really special run of show. We've got some amazing creators who are going to be presenting their insane, wild, wonderful, magical ideas at the frontier of art, science, and technology. We're doing it a little bit different. In the past, we've been pretty loosey-goosey, mostly because I've had zero time to put into making this showcase what I've always wanted it to be, because I've been so busy building. But now I'm climbing out of my creative cave that I've been in for the past 2 months, and I'm putting energy into making this event something that people are going to be looking forward to. And part of that is making sure that all the creators who are here are really prepared, who are taking it seriously, and who are putting the energy that it deserves to have. And so these are going to be tight presentations. These are going to be 5-minute presentations followed by some Q&A from me. A little of housekeeping. I'm getting some notifications from StreamYard that we have reached the capacity in the green room. So let me see if I can upgrade our account real quick. I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea. Actually, I'm probably gonna not do that right now. I'll do that for next week's one. I'm realizing we need a larger green room, so we're gonna pay more money. What this does mean, if you know you're coming later in the show, maybe leave the green room for now and come on back in closer to when you're scheduled to go. If you're not sure, stick around and we'll make it work that way. But we do want to make space for people who are learning, and this is one of the things we're learning, is that we need a bigger green room. A couple of things that I'm really excited about coming up. One is we have our very own Summer. Summer's been in the Artizen community for many seasons. She is a brilliant engineer, a brilliant musician, a brilliant composer. She is working on a project called Mirroring as part of a graduate program at Stanford, and it's this AI composition program where she's fed her entire library of music that she's ever written, and she gets to sort of compose with herself, which I think is pretty cool. And anyway, she's going to be performing live with us throughout the show. At some point in the show, I need to pull up the show notes. I think it's going to be towards the end of the show, but at some point, Summer's going to come in and make live music for us. We're also joined by someone that's part of DWeb. Mai is her name. This will be the first time I'm meeting her, but she's coming on later in the show to talk about the DWeb camp that's happening about an hour outside of Berlin. Artizen is hosting a village there. We're inviting 20 artisans to come and join us in the forest as part of DWeb camp to celebrate the end of season 6. And we're going to have Mai on to talk about DWeb in general. We're going to have Mai on to talk about the decentralized principles of DWeb and how they overlap with the founding guiding lights of Artizen. But first, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play a video for you. This is a video that we have thanks to a number of people. So I always try to, as much as humanly possible, listen to the feedback from the community. And I got 3 or 4 people writing me simultaneously about a month ago, maybe 6 or 7 weeks ago, saying, you really need a video that covers what Artizen is, that shows all the creators that you're supporting, that gives a very high level overview of what you're building. You need some video to convey that. Can we make it for you? And so this was Amos and Jeff and Nico Casavecchia. They all basically were saying the same thing. And I was like, great, go make it. And so thanks to Jeff, thanks to Amos, thanks to Nico, thanks to all the creators who sent in videos. Some of them didn't make it in. Sorry if you sent one and it didn't. You know, that's just the whims of editing. It's how it goes. But thank you everyone who contributed. Some of you have seen this, some of you have not. But I'm really thrilled with how it turned out. So I wanna present it to you right now. Here we go. The Artizen hype video.
Accent is different. Or should I say weird?
The work that's most likely to change the world is the least likely to get funded. Real revolutionary ideas are outside of trends.
How could we fund art in a way that's more peer-to-peer? How do we fund science in a way that respects the emergent networks of trust?
Artizen felt like a bridge, democratizing access for creators who might otherwise get overlooked.
Artizen is a fundraising platform across art, science, and technology. You create a project, you then go raise money from your backers, your fans, your supporters. Every dollar you raise from a fan, it's matched by each fund you got curated for. And the way that we try to make it fun is through game mechanics. When you raise $1 from a fan on Artizen, you might compete and win a $5 cash prize.
Isn't just funding, it's a network of the coolest people that I have ever worked with.
Amazing creators coming together to do stuff.
Multicultural projects, indigenous projects.
I'm a sound artist.
I make bizarro pop music.
I'm a writer-director from Argentina.
I'm an experimental performance artist.
You have the most nascent, emerging creators mixed with creators who are at the top of their game. We've also been able to attract a lot of great investors, people who are bringing the capital to the table. Creativity is the source of wealth. All of our material wellness comes from creativity. It comes from science. It comes from technology. It comes from art. Some of these projects that we're funding on our platform will transform the world of art, will transform the world of science, will transform the world of technology. And one of the very first projects was a project called Evolver that was executive produced by legendary filmmaker Terrence Malick, had Cate Blanchett as the voice talent, Johnny Greenwood, Radiohead did the music. And then you've got projects where it's a kid in their garage building a nuclear particle accelerator.
It takes a step away from the jury kind of application into now giving artists the agency.
I come from a long line of struggling artists. And growing up with that lineage, it taught me how brutally difficult it is to be a creative person for many reasons, but one of the most notable ones is money.
Most recently, I fundraised for a film called Water Hopper. We collected about $40,000, which is a small fortune.
Raising close to $100,000. I'm flying people from England, Spain to come do this with me.
It's kind of like the best return on investment platform that I'm seeing so far.
Oftentimes, the way that you raise money is giving away all ownership, the thing which you may have spent years trying to make.
Funding is just really broken. And it's not just broken for film and the entertainment industry, but it's also broken for scientists. We're launching a fund with RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. Just signed an agreement with Lily Wachowski, one of the writers and directors of The Matrix. She's launching a fund on Artizen. We're trying to flip the board on the old ways of raising money, and we're trying to invent a brand new game that's fair, fun, and rewarding for everyone who plays. We hope you'll join us on our crazy, weird, wonderful mission to reinvent how the world funds human creativity.
Boom. That was fun. What'd you guys think? Good, bad, love it, hate it? I love it. I think it's cool. I think Nico did an amazing job. I'm seeing lots of thumbs up in the green room. I'm pumped about it. All right, but we're on schedule, or we got to stay on schedule. So now we get to welcome up some amazing creators. We're going to have the first creator block, and I believe Nina is going first with Natives of Gaia. If you are here, let's see. Wave your hands around at me so I can see who to bring up. If you are Nina and Natives of Gaia, do we have you, Nina, Natives of Gaia? I'm not seeing Nina, Native of Gaia, so I'm going to move to the next thing that I see. I contact Opera Clan. Do we have? Is that the same people? Oh, got too many faces and not enough. I'm not seeing them. I wonder if they were having trouble getting in. This might be one of those things. So we'll go with let's see. Do we have Yessie and Bar? Yessie, I think I saw Yessie. Yessie, yes, I do see Yessie. Wave your hands when I call your name because I can see your hello. There you are, Yessie. Can you hear me?
Hey, how are you? Yes. We have Nina
Hi.
here.
Oh,
Yeah, and I
hello,
got
Nina,
kicked out of
everybody.
Okay,
Sorry,
hello.
we need a bigger StreamYard apparently. So we are going to go on schedule then with Natives of Gaia. Yes.
Perfecto. Yes.
All
If you
right.
can share the presentation from the Artizen project, that will be
Okay. So
amazing.
you want me to go to your remind me of the name so I can
It's
pull it up.
Natives of Gaia.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's the name on the website. Got it. Natives
Yeah.
of Gaia. Let's search.
And then there is a pitch deck, and I created that with a lot of love. So I would like you
love it.
to.
Let's pull it up.
Yes.
There we go. So I guess you just tell me when to advance the slide.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so this is Natives of Gaia. This is a collage that I actually did with my hands for the for the new year. And then this is a project I've been working on for the past 10 years because I've been traveling and going to communities and working in as like coach and living landscape designer. You can slide. Basically, all humans are indigenous to Earth. It's not only like indigenous from the Amazonias or the natives from Australia. Obviously, they are natives, but we all are natives. Renee, you're a native of planet Earth. Everyone is. So I want
I
to.
love that. I love that. Yes,
Yeah,
we
like
are. We're all native. We're all indigenous.
Exactly. Like I just want with this project to come back to the roots. You can skip that. It's a lot of slides.
I love the way these are designed, by the way. These are beautiful. I
Thank
love your font. I don't know if it's actually handmade, but it looks handmade. Like, don't tell me if it wasn't, because I hope it was, because that makes it more special, but it's beautiful. Keep going.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This is my pain. This is my pain in the world. And this is what I take a stand for. So the average meal travels 1,500 miles, which would be from Colombia to Miami, for example. And it's like, why? We can create our own food. We can drink from the rivers, from the streams. We don't need this. And this is what I want to help people not discover, because I think we already know, but it's just relearn that we are natives from Gaia and we can find shelter, food, medicine from the things that are around us. You can slide. You can skip that. We already know. But this is a phrase that I really like. You never change.
Buckminster Fuller's the best.
You know it already? Yeah.
No, read it out loud. I just love him. I love everything he says.
You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete.
Yes!
And this is Natives of Gaia. And this is what you're doing, Renee, too. It's just like empowering people that are creating new models.
Some people are fighters. I'm not a fighter. I'm like I just like, my instinct is like, if I hate something, I take all that energy and I'm just like, well, let me go build something better. Exactly. I think that's I love this quote so much. My wife and I met at a Buckminster Fuller exhibit, and so he's always like, we have like a picture of him in our home. I can't believe I've never read this quote before. It's very inspiring, really? Very aligned. Yeah,
incredible. Okay, perfect. So yeah, this is the idea, because I really love traveling by bike. And I've been already in Malaysia, Mexico, Ecuador, and I just want to go to eco-villages and spaces that are already there. Regenerative farms, schools, transition spaces, artisan villages to like pop-up cities, and just offer immersive training in how to recover ancestral skills.
And so that's what this project is. That's what you're raising money for, is to do this training?
Exactly. To go, you'll see in the next one. Yeah, this is the where, when, and how. So it will be buying an electrical bicycle and doing a tour in Brazil, for example. Like I want to go Brazil because I think there's a lot of local knowledge, but it can evolve, and just travel to eco villages and offer my trainings or my coach or letting Gaia speak through me and learning from the local people is an exchange. It's not that I'm the savior and I'm coming to teach them. It's more like an exchange. And because I want to learn too. And these are the 4 things that I'm focusing on. So food sovereignty, how to forage, how to identify mushrooms, how to ferment. This is in Ecuador, for example. All the photos that you see in this presentation are real, are from like my life. Is in Ecuador, fermenting the cacao, living food, like plant-based food, preservation, bioconstruction, natural pools, wicker, mud houses, how to create shelter from what we have around with stones, with mud. Go ahead. Pottery. You can slide. And then edible ecosystems. For me, to have a garden is the most revolutionary thing, because you don't go to the supermarket, like you don't, yeah, it's like, it's so accessible. And the other day, so we are right now in New Mexico, and the other day, a Native American gave me this seed that is from 1950. I was like, I'm gonna keep this and take it for my project, because I want to keep the seeds from all the people, all the locals, and keep it rolling. I don't want this to disappear. I wanted to keep it rolling and to share. So
that's so cool. I love how old E, who runs Reset and Rise, does tea ceremonies, and she got some tea for our artisan house in Austin, and the leftover tea I kept. And there was one that was from my birth year, 1983, and it's just so cool that like seeds and preserved food can like stick around and sometimes even get better. You always think of wine like that, but there's so many other things that that have these huge durational time spans.
Exactly. Yes. And I'm a huge stand too for no toxics. So no toxics in my body, no toxics in my house, no toxics on my skin, in the place I live. And this is when with herbalism comes with cosmoethics, like cosmetics that are ethic, zero waste cleaning, botanical dyes, also like creating art with natural pigments. So basically it's just taking the resources in Gaia and use them for daily life.
I love it.
Communities already contain the wisdom. So natives of Gaia just help reactivate it and coach. Also, it's, you can,
love it.
Yeah, it's just to become more wild.
So you're gonna get a bike. You're gonna create some media. You're gonna hold workshops.
Exactly.
You need some money to actually survive. Some money for your effort. That's where the money goes. And then
yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Keep going.
I was saying that the money is also to give the communities what they need. So the money wouldn't be for me to survive. Is to create. So for example, if they are lacking certain plant, or they need materials, or they need tools, I will provide them for free. So it's not based on like they needing to pay me. So
awesome.
Artizen will cover it, and I will empower all of these already existing places.
I love it. What a beautiful artifact. What a beautiful project. It's very clear. I love the pitch deck. Fantastic job. I see that you've raised $6,000 already. You got a $15,000 goal, totally achievable.
Yes.
I see that you've already unlocked all the match funding for this fund drive. Good job. There'll be more later today. Keep an eye out. I'm boosting away. I'll keep boosting as we pull up the next creator. It's so lovely to get to know you better and the work you're working on. Now, I see some people in the background. Are you guys going to come up and present next?
Yes, she's gonna present next.
Just one more thing. Is there
you're done. I'm cutting you off. No more. No, you go.
Look, we're all here.
Yes, the contact team is here.
I love it. Hey! Oh my God, it's everybody. Jesus, you guys are multiplying.
We're gonna see you soon.
I know. We're hanging out next week or week after next, sometime in Northern California. I can't wait to get to see what you've been brewing and cooking and gestating for months and months and months.
So excited.
All right, but I did cut you off. Did you want to say one more thing, love?
No, it's fine. Thank you.
I was joking when I was cutting you off. I was totally joking. No, please say whatever you want to say.
No problem. I see you're excited. All of this team is excited. So let's go with the flow.
Okay. I will forever be curious though of what you were going to say. But mystery is nice. I like having things held in that mystery box. All right, who's up next?
And this is the place where we met. So for us, it holds like a special place in our hearts.
You're talking about Aridani?
Yeah. Yes.
Somos.
So the next project is Somos, which is a living laboratory and Archi Invention Center. And I've presented Somos before, and what I want to speak about today is Aridani. And this is actually where I Contact the Opera, the team came together to here it is. So Aridani is a 6-week training within Somos, in the land. And this training is for creators. It's for people, like basically people from Artizen, like all that kind of people who are like, no more excuses, no more waiting. I can't bear to not create what I want to exist in the world. So I'm going for it. I'm not waiting for anyone to give me permission. I'm not waiting for, like, I'm going to make it happen. And it might be that you need stuff on the way, like, and this is a training ground for you to discover what's in your way, what's holding you back. Is it that you find it hard to collaborate or communicate? You get into reactivity in your team? Is it that you're like scared of speaking in public? Is it that you are missing some skills? And then this is the training ground, basically like an incubator where we're going to do lots of radical experiments. We're going to go onto the streets, like crazy stuff to break out of our own comfort zone and be like, we do a lot here in the I Contact the Opera, but what do you need to do to be able to basically be bigger and more wild and just get out of the conditioning or the polite box or the social kind of invisible rules? Oh, I can't do that. That's not allowed. And it's like, why not? You could literally do anything. And maybe you need a team for it. And this is the team. This is the team to blast out of the comfort zone. And
you have a video. Do you want me to play the video?
Yes, this is a video showing clips from last year. We play it without the sound.
And I noticed you had about $100 left in available match funding, so I just threw $50 into your project to unlock that, and boosted you up a bit. So it looks like you've raised $1,000 this fund drive. Fantastic. Again, check later this day. You'll see more money in the available column because the next fund drive is going to start as soon as this one ends. And with that, let me stop sharing the screen and I'll pull up the Somos video. Love these videos.
There's one jar of kombucha. It's infused with all of the herbs and flowers from the land. Wow.
Remind me your name.
Oh yes, I am Aspen Rich.
I'm just scared that I'm like, it's not going to be any fun. Like, it's not going to be fun.
Yeah!
Go, Maggie! I want to like break out of my fucking human constructs and I'm like, yeah, I'm human, I'm a person. And I have to act this way or certain ways. I just think it's so much.
Saying no, like whatever it is, really like a very practical, reachable next step.
How many people here have said yes to somebody when they meant no? Yes, I have too. And how many people have said no when they've meant yes? I have.
Please, hello.
Everyone, please come to the prison.
as it is. We may, we may look back upon this in a number of years and say that was where it all began.
Parece que si haces todo, ya te van a comerlo.
We did it! We did it!
It doesn't even have to be that special and unique. Like every time you want to come back to Artizen, you get another one of these. Yes.
I didn't get the link.
Okay. Wow, beautiful. That was fun. I feel like I just experienced Somos.
Yeah, that's
Very-
Somos Aridani. It's wild. It's very experimental.
It's where we met. Like,
And so does it always happen in New Mexico or does it travel? Is Somos like an idea that can be in many different places, or is it tied to a specific place in the world?
Somos is right now the invention center, the regenerative culture invention center in Canary Islands, Tenerife.
Okay, but you're in New Mexico right now, so this is not the location that you're in now is not the location that Somos happens in.
No, we're on the Eye Contact the Opera tour right now, and I'm Somos. We are wherever we go.
I love it. I am the royal we. Well, brilliant. I felt like what I just saw should have been filmed with like an old Super 8 video camera from like the 90s. It felt very much like watching an old home movie from the 90s, so deeply like nostalgic. And I love analog media, so like maybe that's inspiration for somebody to start coming to these events with an actual old video camera. There's something so lovely about just time hopping through things like that without the production that you often have where it's all chopped up and you're trying to say something particular. I felt like I just got dropped in to these different interesting moments. I probably got a much more accurate flavor of what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I made that this morning to show you all here on the showcase. Just to give you,
I'm excited. The Canary Islands seem like magic is happening there. It really feels like there's a lot of different creators in our community that are dropping into what you're doing and are sort of in that area. Guillermo, I know with his sisters, is in the area. But we've got more from your crew, right? There's like one other group from
want to
you guys that are presenting. Yeah, tell me what.
All these guys as well.
Yes.
It's called What Becomes Possible.
Okay, and is it on Artizen now? Should I share my screen or do you have a presentation?
Yeah. If you can.
Okay.
There is
Let's do a quick check-in on the leaderboard real quick because it just happens to be here. We've got our new 36 Cinema Creative Fund, which is currently ranked #1 for our cash prize. We've got $120,000 in cash prize money that's going out the door later today. Everybody gets some. We are really prioritizing getting money into these community funds. We want to recharge them because that money then flows through to all the projects. That's where your available match funding comes from, is from these community funds. We want to all be rooting and cheering for these funds. If you are a creator out there who has some boost power, boost these funds, boost the funds that you want to see climb to the top of the leaderboard. If you can, put some money into them. Or help the people running these funds find sponsors, because that's the next chapter of Artizen is we've got to get sponsors into these community funds. Be that as it may, let's go over and look at the project rank real quick. We've got Living Sounds currently in the #1 slot, VR Underwater Expedition, Natives of Gaia, #3. So please boost these projects if you can. If you're a creator, you've got some boost power, use it. I'm going to be very generous with airdropping people boosts. Don't hoard them. As soon as we relaunch the art token, hopefully next week, knock on wood, knock on everything, knock on metal, knock on computers. It's been such a beast to get that fixed. Anywho, hopefully when the art token launches next week, you'll automatically recharge your boost score. So don't hoard them, use them, cast them for the projects that you want to see unlock more prize money. And with that, let me go ahead and search for your project. What was it called again?
What becomes possible?
Let's see if
And
that.
this was an inspiration of being here with these women during like I contact the opera tour, and we just went so wild in nature, and yeah, it was so inspiring for me because on the way we were transforming so many beautiful lives and women. So we decided to create something beautiful like a short film with all the footage that we have, and then we have music from Tamara, we have the editing skills from Nina, Bar is the writer, and I'm directing and filmmaking. So if you want to put
I
the
love it.
video, it explains a little bit of
Okay, we'll throw the video up. Let's give it a listen.
sometimes.
In a world where war and competition rule the vast majority of human relating, we come together to reinvent, to play. Women have the potential to be everything. All they need is the space to fly.
A world where women hold space for one another, to become bigger, to take up space, to roar, to speak up, to melt, to be all and everything, brings a new regenerative culture to planet Earth.
We are Gaia, and Gaia is us. We did not forget. The water, the wind, the mud, and the sun bring us life. It is our shared mission to do what we can to allow life on Gaia to thrive. We are holding a culture of conscious feelings.
They are the source of our creation. We find clarity when we scream. We find gold when we cry. We allow ourselves to feel fear, to fall into the unknown. We fall and find ourselves flying.
We collaborate with Gaia. We listen to her voice, to her messages. We invite her wisdom, her guidance. When we play, we get to explore the new. We get to discover more of what is possible. When we play, we come alive. Endless energy flows through like the wind and the rain. It is an infinite cycle of energy circling the earth. We choose to play a different game.
We are not yet extinct. Our life, all life on Gaia is precious. We choose to be alive. We choose to be alive.
Okay, I'm loving that. That was great. I choose to be alive. That really is a choice.
Yes.
You know, we can walk through our life with our eyes closed and our senses turned off and our hearts, you know, turned to stone. I feel like that often. Every now and then I get jolted back to being alive. Most of the time I feel like I'm a bit of a zombie. So it's nice to be reminded. Be alive.
You
Choose
are
life.
alive. Yes.
You know, Artizen is evolving. We're changing. We've been playing with stuff, and I just noticed that I'm not able to boost your project. I'm guessing that's because you launched it during this fund drive. Is that right? Did you launch it like a couple days ago? Okay, awesome. So I'm assuming that when we do the next fund drive in a couple of hours, you know, your project will have access to capital and we can boost it and everything. But let's all keep an eye out on that, because I was just confused that I couldn't put money in. I was like, it's probably because it just got launched, which is a thing that we want to correct for. We should be able to launch funds and projects mid-fund drive and have them still play the game.
Yes.
Also,
What else do you guys have?
I would love to present our two funds that Bar and me are creating for the podcasting and radio and for the
Let's pull
writers.
those up. So do you want to talk about the podcast one first?
Yes. And I want to invite to everyone from Artizen, because I think there is like a lot of stories of like successful stories, but also as an artist, you have so many blogs, so many like fallings and all the things that we know, only us. And I would love to share that with the world. So I'm inviting all the Artizen creators to contact us, and we want to podcast them. We want to interview them as a guest.
The point is to really build bridges between this community so that it's not only the projects on the page, but there's voices and stories and actual people telling what did it take to build this creation in reality.
So So the fund is going to be supporting different podcasts, and we've
Mhm.
got Cultural Creators Radio is one. And so if
That's-
you are doing a podcast out there, if you love podcasting as a medium, if you want to go be a storyteller, chronicling, the creators in our community or the creators in the world, this is the fund for you.
Mhm. Yeah, we want to interview in the Edge City that we're gonna go next week. So we would like to interview you as well and all the creators, and let's keep this alive. Like let's keep this like as a way of everyone getting to know what is Artizen.
Well, I just put a little bit of money in, and we were boosted you up. You're ranked number 9 now. You got a little over $2,000 raised for the fund. Right now, you've got $2,000 or $10,000 available. So at the end of this fund drive, it'll be a little bigger. And we don't have many submissions for this. So if you're a creator and doing something in podcasting, or you want to get into podcasting, I'm really excited about this fund. And I hope to see more of them, because one of my marketing ideas for how to grow Artizen is I want to create channels for capital to flow to people to sort of do storytelling around Artizen and around the people, and feature the different people in our community. And so anything that's sort of in that realm, I just think is really, really exciting. Let's move on to the next fund. What's the name of it?
The next one is called Scribe.
Scribe, that's right. And this is related to a gathering you're going to do in early next year, right?
Yes, in February next year, we're inviting 10 women writers to a residential home in Thailand. And it's gonna be women that have this story in themselves. They have already the project happening, and they want a team, or they want support, or they want feedback and coaching to take their writing into their next level. And actually every human in the world has a story inside, and we really invite more people with stories to share, to submit their project to the fund, so those books and stories and novels can reach more people.
I love it. I'm so excited.
And we have to deliver 5 books. So let's keep like all these artisan houses full of deliverables. Like let's keep like giving back, and we have some collaborations and sponsorship from editorials and publishers. So yeah, like use the fund to contact people, to get the ball rolling with like all these brands and everyone that wants to collaborate. And like it's great how it grows. Like a seed can grow into like a massive forest.
Okay. They can. Well, beautiful fund. Let's take a peek to see if there's any changes on the leaderboards. I mean, there's some changes because I just put a little money into some things. There you are again. Anything else that the eye contact people want to share with the world? How's your tour going?
Incredible.
Amazing.
Crazy.
At our show in Austin, they made the Long Performing Arts Center made all of our dreams come true in terms of lighting and sound. And we had sold 1 ticket before getting to Austin. We arrived to Austin 3 days before the show, and we just went out to Barton Springs, to the park. We got invited to events like called Reality Builders, and we just met so many people and ended up basically like getting as many people as I would have wanted there. So there was like close to 40 people at the opera, and it was so alive. The people of Austin really got the humor of the opera. Like they were laughing out loud, and I was just so happy because we didn't necessarily get that response in other cities. So
Austin has a good sense of humor. It's become a real like comedy mecca. Like people like to laugh there.
Yeah. And there's a satire in the opera about spiritualism. So there's a scene where everyone's on their phones and they go and sit on and are meditating and doing Kundalini yoga, breath of fire on the beach, like, and then taking selfies of themselves meditating. And the Austin crowd just started cracking up. It was just epic.
Yeah, performative spiritualism.
Yeah, so they got it, and we're just having a blast. We're in a 9-day break right now as we like book it over to Mendocino for our California leg of the tour, where we have 4 shows down the coast. And we're at a Cottonwood Hot Springs in Colorado, just relaxing in warm waters and being together for the next 2 days.
And not take time.
Oh yeah, and we're
Take time
doing an
tomorrow,
experiment
today.
starting right after this because the women really wanted to present their projects today. So we're starting a no tech, no time for 48 hours where we're just going to be together without phones.
Oh my
We're
God,
gonna
that
cover
sounds like heaven.
Yeah, we're going to cover clocks and see what can emerge creatively out of that kind of space.
I learned a new term from my wife. When you go out of the house and you leave your phone behind, you say, "I'm going 90s." And so now whenever my wife and I like go out, we're always like, "Should we go 90s?" And then we leave the phones. Oh. And it's pretty wild. You're like, I don't know how to navigate. I don't know how to pay for anything. I don't know how to communicate. But it makes ordinary stuff a little, a lot more magical.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyways, go enjoy being in the 90s again. And big hug and kiss to all of you.
I wanted to say one thing, which I didn't say, is that I want to invite all the people of Artizen to Aridani this September. So yes,
Reach out.
Tell us more.
Interested in this adventure?
It's epic.
She said epic.
Should we do some sort of artisan collab around it? It's in September, you said, yes?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I've been working on over the last couple of days with Wadua, who maybe this is a good opportunity to bring up to the stage. Real quick. Wadua. Wadua we've been buddies for ages, and she's agreed to help produce these weekly events. And so we're stepping up our game, and we're using Luma now for our event calendar. So like we should get this thing that you were talking about that's in September up on the Artisan event calendar. We should find some way to collaborate on it. And we want to, I just like the money, I either want it to be going into the pockets of creators, or I want to be spending it on these IRL gatherings. I feel like those are the two things that money is well spent on, because there's just so much value out of getting to know people in the Flash.
These live
that collaboration.
Events, Artisan live events.
All right, we'll say goodbye to Yessie, and then I'll let Wadua introduce herself for a moment and give her vision for this event series. Wadua, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you want this event to become.
Yes, I've been flying on the wall of Artisan for a little while now, and love what you're doing, Renee. And I was just thinking, I know that there's been a lot of talk about how to make these, to really, make the most out of these sessions, these presentations, these opportunities for us all to come together as a community behind the screen series and hear more of the projects. So I just happy to be able to jump in and try and create a little structure for these so that we can maximize the creativity, maximize the awesomeness that is in the artisan community already. So please pardon our mess while we're getting up to speed and getting all these functions online. But yeah, I'm super excited already by just how this showcase is running, even though you did jump the shark a little bit. We did have one more presentation.
There you are to keep me on schedule. I thought we were transitioning to mine. So my Sutton, we'll go to you after we go to Brooke. So we're going to Brooke, Emery, and then we can't forget All right, so I'll kick Wadua off from. I'll just say goodbye to Wadua. You stick around, but I'm going to remove you from the screen.
Mine's at 11:45, so we're
slightly behind, but we'll catch up. All right, Brooke, there you are, love. How are you doing? Oops, you are on mute.
Can you bring up Michelle Cohen and tune in friend?
Yes, tune in friend.
Yay.
Oh, we got all the screens. This is fun. Four-way. Hello, Michelle. Nice to meet you.
Hi, great to see you. A quick question before we continue. I want to make sure part of our presentation, our tune in friend we'll need that to be highlighted.
I can figure that out, I'm sure.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Does that work as a highlight?
Perfect.
Thank
you.
Amazing. So it's good to see you. We're so happy to be here. We love Artizen so much, especially last week. It was so extra fun. We love all the new updates and thank you for everything. And our last
I
showcase.
promise we're going to fix that reward one for you. It hasn't
Okay.
been, there's been things that are higher on the priority list, but we haven't
Yeah.
forgotten that it is going to get fixed. Promise.
You're the best. You're the best. Okay, so last time we were here, we showed our video. So we're not going to do that again. We are going to be talking and doing a presentation about our perks. We've already sold out of a few of them. And so I'm going to pass the mic back to Michelle.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really psyched. I created the show Tune In, which is what this entire presentation is about. And I wanted to actually talk a bit about the show itself this time. But because we have an international audience, I wanted to bring in our Tune In friend colleague as an interpreter to basically translate in the international language of mime. Introducing Pierre the Mime. Pierre, you ready? Rock on, here we go. So, storytelling is one of the most powerful ways to entrance listeners and surreptitiously invite them to change. As many people today experience their own awakening, they often encounter mind-bending events that they can't quite explain. Tune In explores the emotional roller coaster that people start to go through when basically the other world reaches out and only you want to basically dismiss it and return it to elsewhere and have your previously scheduled life. So with that in mind, for our show, imagine Sex in the City if Harry suddenly woke up psychic. Our friend, our heroine, Amanda, she's an event planner whose life is running perfectly well until she suddenly starts seeing things and hearing things and knowing things she absolutely should not know. So naturally, she handles this development with grace, maturity, and wisdom. Just kidding. She totally freaks out a lot. And as Amanda starts struggling to understand her new abilities, she's also trying to save a museum from scandal, plan the biggest event of her career, find love, of course, keep up with her friends' increasingly complicated lives, and convince herself that really, truly, absolutely, she is not losing her mind. So along the way, we get to meet a bunch of Amanda's besties. First is Zari, a former refugee turned plus-size supermodel and humanitarian. Walt, a concierge for the 1%, who travels constantly on private planes, of course. And then James, a filmmaker, searching for his next great story, which ends up, spoiler alert, being a deep dive into Dracula, the occult, and the dark arts. And there may or may not be some dealings with the CIA. We are not presently at liberty to divulge such a possibility, but stay tuned for that. And Tune In, basically, it's a dramatic comedy about friendship, about intuition, about love. Pierre. Hey, dude, back. Come on, Pierre. Okay. Also about creativity and what happens when reality becomes much stranger than you expected and you discover possibilities that exist within the impossible. The series follows the journey of the tarot cards major arcana and the spiritual ideas that are hidden inside the story get hidden kind of the same way vegetables are hidden in a really good pasta sauce. You don't notice they're there, and you just feel better afterwards. At the heart, Tune In is all about transformation. The ancient oracle of Delphi had 2 words inscribed above its temple: know thyself. So knowing thyself is Amanda's journey. It also happens to be every character's journey in the show. And from experience this show, it becomes your journey too. Welcome to Tune In.
I love it. Oh my God. Thank you so much for that beautiful mime performance. That was hilarious and amazing. I love creativity in all of its flavors. That was so brilliant. That was so brilliant. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. That was so good. You just totally made my day. Couldn't be happier.
Point. That's we call Pierre the mime an emotional support mime, because he's there to just make people much happier. And what's fun, for those who are aware, Pierre the mime actually was discovered on Impractical Jokers, where he was handcuffed to Q, and then the Kardashians stole him, and he ended up handcuffed to Kris Jenner, and then he did all kinds of shenanigans with Khloe Kardashian. So he's been around. What's really fun, though, is that actor who plays Pierre is actually our actor playing James, the filmmaker, in Tune In. So if you actually want to hear his voice, if you want to hear his voice, the first voice you hear in our trailer, that's James, the filmmaker, and that's Peter, who plays Pierre. And what Peter's done very generously, he has offered as one of the rewards, as a perk, to do personal greetings from Pierre the mime, which seriously, if you've never, can you imagine a mime giving personal greetings? We actually were asked by the Kardashians to create a birthday personal greeting for Khloe one year. So that got aired. So this would be the same kind of thing that we do. And he said he'll do a couple of them as a perk. And so anybody who's a PR fan, and there's quite a few out there, I would say grab that one as they're there. So that's part of why we wanted to bring him on, so people could see the crazy that we do in our Tune In world.
And your reaction was the best. I mean, like that, I couldn't wait. I couldn't.
Well, I'm sure you guys have seen it, but what's the title? Les Enfants du Paradis, Children of Paradise. That amazing Marcel, the famous mime, the French one. So yeah. Man, that was my introduction to the world of mime. I did, you see him at birthday parties or something, but older cousin of mine shared that with me when I was in my teens and just getting into movies, and I fell in love with it ever since then. I love, and my great grandfather was a vaudevillian acrobat, which is a lot of miming, right? Like it's an acrobatic version of mime. Because he was part of what was called a dumb act, which is the act that you either open a vaudeville show with or close a vaudeville show, and you can't. Everyone's finding their seat still, and so it's it's always something that doesn't require language. It's all body communication, and so loved it, absolutely loved it. Just a couple quick questions before we try to get back on schedule. Is Tune In going to be live action, or is it going to be animated with voice talent? Because all your materials are animated, and I wasn't sure if that was just to illustrate sort of the world, or are you planning on having it be an animated show?
So it will start off as audio, just so people can start getting to learn about it. And we do have, you can see the trailer is sort of a proof of concept of what it can look like as I don't want to call it an animation, because it's not quite that. It's more of a
graphic
visual
novel come to life.
Yeah, exactly. In order for people who want to get that experience, we also have an incredible distribution deal that with that kind of visual, we're going to get into millions and millions of homes. So that's the other reason why, raising
and what's
money.
The distribution deal?
Brooke, did you want to speak to that?
Oh, it's on Best Ever Channel. They're fast channels. One's called More You, and they also have a comedy channel, and he's agreed non-exclusively to put them through the channels as long as we have visuals. So that's why we worked with an editor from filmspark.ai to help us create that trailer, and part of the fundraising would go towards our editing and paying our actors, and then also developing the visuals, because podcasting, which we will be applying to the fund, Yessie.
Oh, good.
And yeah, so that's really where the funds are going to, being able to create those visuals so that we can, have people follow along the story, but we don't want it to be an animated series. And eventually, it was originally created as a TV pilot. And then when I met Michelle, I was like, let's not wait for Netflix to choose us. Let's get this going. And then we can have all cylinders going at the same time, which is how I like to roll. So.
Love it, love it, love it. Well, thank you guys so much for putting energy into this. This was very special, very memorable. I can't wait to clip it up and send it out on the social media universe after this. I will never forget this performance. So far, gold stars all around. Favorite presentation. I want more performance in these presentations. Loved it.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, now we're going to bring up Mai. In a moment. Anyways, as soon as I find her, there's a lot of little screens here. Okie dokie. Hello, Mai. Nice to meet you.
Great to be here. Nice to meet you too. It's been really fun to see all these presentations.
And I'm glad that you could come and get a little bit of a flavor before we get to talk, because this is the first time we're connecting. Our mutual friend, Leo, aka Civil, who seems to be in every chat group on Earth and cross-pollinating. I'll get little messages from him being like, hey, you need to add this person to this group, or you should join this group. He's a mega connector, and I'm glad he could connect me to you and Artizen to DWeb. So rather than me give an introduction about who you are, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and what you're doing. What is DWeb? What is the Internet Archive?
Yeah, so hi, I'm Mai. I'm based in Los Angeles, and ever since my university days, I went to UC Santa Cruz. I really wanted to figure out how network technology can help people. And at the time, I also wanted to be an artist, and am still an artist, but I really put my heart and soul into a program that was about social justice and technology, back in the, late 2010s. It was all about like ICT for justice and how to build websites for people, databases for people. And so it was really exciting times then. And obviously in the years since, there's been a lot of problems, just to say that, about the big technology companies that we interface with all the time. And so I worked at EFF, which is the Electronic Frontier Foundation. They're kind of like the ACLU for the internet, where they protect people's privacy. They really fight for artists' rights when it comes to remixing and using art online, and was essentially trying to do copyright reform and ensure that it was actually protecting artists, protecting researchers, and all of that. And realizing too that, policy is really important and we absolutely need to do that fight, but we also really need to ensure that we are enabling new technologies to emerge and exist and create truly digital public infrastructure that serves people, that the technologies are being designed with individual and community needs at heart. And that's kind of why I verged into thinking about what does it look like to have technology and social solidarity economics and community governance of technologies at the center. And I jumped through a bunch of projects, worked at the Oakland Public Library for a bit, worked on a community mesh project in the Bay Area where we were like putting antennas on people's homes and getting people to share bandwidth to share with people who couldn't afford internet, all kinds of things. And then DWeb was a project that was coming out of the Internet Archive. We had they had, before I was involved, their first DWeb summit at the Internet Archive building in San Francisco. If any of you are in San Francisco on a Friday, email Internet Archive, and there's always a Friday lunch where you can have a free lunch and tour this beautiful building where it's really the headquarters of Internet Archive. They'll show you the servers, they'll show you this big room where we have a lot of events. And so that was where we had the first DWeb Summit. And then we had another one in 2018 at the San Francisco Mint building that also brought all the fathers of the internet, Tim Berners-Lee, Vince Cerf, Brewster Kahle, of course, all these people that were really key to ensuring privacy and an open web. And after that 2018 event, it was really this thinking like, well, should we keep having this be a conference? We want to continue to have people who are building alternative technologies meet and connect in person, maybe we need to do this outside. And actually, this was really also instigated by Brewster Kahle, who's a founder of the Internet Archive, who's a big fan of Burning Man, and also hacker camps like CC Camp in Germany. And we said, okay, we're going to do our own essentially hacker camp in California where we have all of these protocol and community network people and alternative social network people meet in person, outdoor venue where we can share our projects, share our ideas, have our visions for how technology can serve us better. And so we had our first event in not San Francisco, an hour and a half south of San Francisco near Santa Cruz on the coast at this mushroom farm, which is where Campbell Soup used to grow all of their criminy mushrooms for their mushrooms for years. So it was really interesting, like kind of I would say run down, but also cyberpunky kind of venue. And then of course after 2019, it was really successful and people created their own nodes around the world. So there was DWeb Shanghai, where people were meeting locally and talking about local networks and privacy. In Perm in San Francisco, of course. And when the pandemic hit, we continued to organize online. We had online gatherings, and that was the point when we created this thing called the DWeb Principles, which I can share the link to. And the DWeb Principles is really the vision of what this project is. It's DWeb or decentralized web. It's kind of a negation, right? It's like we don't want the web to be centralized. But what does that actually mean, right? Like, do we just want servers everywhere? Like, does that just mean everyone has like all of their files in their pocket? No, it's obviously part of that, and the technological affordances of that can help people be more empowered, but really it's about people. And it's really about how do we govern things together? How do we embed it with transparent governance? How do we make sure that the platforms that we contribute to are also benefiting us as people? And so we have these DWeb principles that we defined, and we came back and did our camp in 2022, 23, and 24. And we took a year off. And we have found that it has just been growing momentum, and people around the world are really resonating with this movement and this community. And we also realized, given the political situation, obviously in the United States, we said, okay, we need to have it outside the U.S. this time. Where would that
we've
be?
got a lot of community members who've been, even if it's just a perception of it, afraid to travel to the United States, which is sad.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I want to dig into everything that you're just saying, but I also want to give a quick update on this week's fund drive. We've got 2 minutes left, and we've got these two funds neck and neck for the big #1 cash prize. So if you've got a favorite, and then this one's not too far behind, we've got about a minute left to boost. And just because I always love an underdog, I'm gonna boost this and see if I can get it to be #1. But we've got just a couple more minutes. We'll see if it gets across the line. So if you got a favorite, go ahead and boost it or put some money into which project you think is the strongest. Looks like we just got that one in, so that extended the time a little bit. We'll see if anybody else ladders up. And we've got Future Zoo in #1 on the scoreboard here. We've got 2 minutes left for these projects. Boost the ones that you are most excited about. Put some money into the ones that you're most excited about. Let's see who can come out on top. But anyways, this is the part of the show where we get a little nervous and a little excited because there's some drama happening on the screen. But be that as it may, tell us about DWeb this year. What's special about it? What's different about it? I mean, you're starting to get into it, and then I interrupted you.
No problem. No, it was a great point. So we are moving to Berlin, specifically an hour and a half outside of Berlin, at a collectively owned property that used to be a Stasi hotel that has now been turned into kind of an activist hacker venue space. And it's going to be a beautiful event. It's going to be about 500 people, including children. We have a whole family program. We have teen program for them to do DJing and arts and everything. And we will have 9 specific tracks. So everything from public AI, which talks about how to have AI as public infrastructure. We have solidarity tech. So how do we design technology for and with communities and elevating those examples. Anti-authoritarian stack. So how do we build technologies that are embedded in them privacy, anti-censorship, etc. And so we have these various streams where people are thinking about technology from a particular lens of design and also the technology. And essentially
Can you
throughout
count down with me, Mai? 5,
yeah, sure.
4,
4,
3,
3, 2,
1.
1.
All right, so we just awarded our prizes for the projects competing. Congratulations to Future Zoo, Living Sounds, Brothers Beyond Borders, VR Underwater Expedition, Unplugged to Upskill, Natives of Gaia, Infinite Zero Network, Edge City India, Coralverse, Reef Revival, and every single project on the leaderboard because they all got some prize money this week. Let's go to here. We've got we've got some drama happening on the fund page. I love it. I'm seeing projects go back and forth on here. This extends, just so everyone knows, including Maya, whenever a project or a fund claims the #1 spot, we add a 5-minute shot clock. So the #1 project has to hold it for 5 minutes in order to win that position.
Wow.
So we've got another 3 minutes that we can keep chatting while we see if how this one resolves. But congratulations to all the projects that competed this week's fund drive. It's going to be bigger when we launch the fund drive later today. Where as we get more confident with the new version of Artizen not shitting the bed, we're going to increase the amount of capital that we deploy through it. So creators listening, like this week's fund drive that's going to start as soon as this event ends, there'll be some more capital for you guys to scoop up. But back to mine.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this project is also very much a DWebby project, of having people who have brilliant ideas and having other people be able to show appreciation for them and show that this is something that they want to see in the world. I feel like there's this kind of layer of decentralized governance that seems really lovely. And as I guess a corollary to that is there's a space in San Francisco called Gray Area where they do a lot of art and tech events.
I know
Definitely check them out.
Barry. Barry and I go way
Yeah.
back.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So Barry has always come to DWeb Camp. I don't think he can make it this year, unfortunately, but there's a DWeb for Creators course at Gray Area, and I'm actually one of the instructors of that course. It's going to be happening this fall, and essentially it's a course where we have artists who are teaching how the web has always been decentralized and how artists have always pushed the envelope in showing this. And so it's a kind of a history lesson of art and the web and decentralization. There's hands-on workshops on the weekends about how to have your own decentralized storage, and using decentralized storage for sharing your work and using and experimenting with that with art. Of course, there's mesh too, and so you can order a little long-range radio mesh device. I don't know if you all have heard about this, but this is very hot right now. It's
Is this like BitChat? Because I know BitChat is like a local mesh thing where it's just doing multi-hop,
similar.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. BitChat is one of them. Meshtastic is one major one, MeshCore. So you can just have a open hardware that then you can flash and have it mesh with the other devices that have that firmware flashed on it. And so I used a little radio, tiny little radio that was like Raspberry Pi, and it reached miles away just from from being line of sight on a hill in LA. So anyway, this course also teaches artists about that. And so it's really about showing how artists always push the envelope on what is possible with network technologies through kind of poking at it, experimenting with it, taking apart the power dynamics, etc. And also showing that if we're building webs of the future, we really need to have artists' interests front and center, because artists is a huge part of why we want to be online, of everything from TikTok to YouTube to everything, right? It's like they bring so much beauty to why we connect online. And so it's really those two two reasons that we really actually elevate artists in this conversation.
Well, I've been floating around the Internet Archive. I lived in San Francisco. I had a company that got acquired in 2012 that moved me out there, and I lived there for 5 years. I met my wife there, and I've always been so inspired by the Internet Archive, and always wanted to find some way to, be a part of that community. But I've been sort of watching it from the outside, so I'm so excited that we get to collaborate. And we'll talk more about what the Artisan Village is going to be about, and I'm going to welcome up Sharon and Leo. But we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and presto besto. Okay, we just awarded some money. The 36 Cinema Creative Fund, which is curated by RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan legend. We just launched this fund this week. They claimed the #1 spot and raised another $23,000 in prize money, a total of $36,000 added to their already big $200,000 fund. So they've got close to $250,000 now in that fund. The Habitat Fund for Wild Realities raised $20,000, $18,000 in prize money. And the Creative Wellness Fund for Community Healing. My girl, Jo Adore in Nigeria, is doing great. She's killing it. She raised $16,000 for her fund, and on and on and on. All these amazing community funds just raised the bar. So really pumped. This felt good. I want to get back to it, Mike. Can you hold on for 1 second? But we've got a special video from RZA himself, and it feels appropriate to play it now because his fund just won some money. Let's pull.
Yo, you got the RZA right here. Of course, from the almighty Wu-Tang Clan, but I'm not here to talk about that today. Today, I'm here to talk about Artizen. I'm speaking on behalf of Artizen because Artizen, along with my company 36 Cinema, have a creative fund where we want to use to help creators in the audio-visual space to get their projects off the ground. If you're one of those people out there, whether you got a short film or a short story or something that you need help to help bring to the next level, you can submit it right here to our page at Artizen, and we'll take a look at it and get back to you, and maybe you'll be someone that we can help fund to bring your art into the world. Artizen, Zen, you get that Zen? Yeah. Anyway, RZA, peace.
The one and only RZA. Love that guy. Congratulations, RZA and Abazar and the whole team running the 36 Cinema Fund. Really excited to see the projects that you guys support. And RZA is, has been into sort of like Tai Chi and meditation. And so I'm glad that the Zen resonated in Artizen. I always thought of it as citizen. You've got artisan, someone who's making something with their hands, who's a creative person. And then you've got citizen, someone who is part of the body politic, who's deciding how to organize and coordinate people in a community. And maybe this is a good transition to talk about the overlap that I see with Artizen and the stuff that DWeb is doing, and pull up Leo and Sharon into the conversation, because these are the people. And I don't know if Laron is joining us, but she's the other person that's sort of part of this crew. Sybil and Sharon, why don't you introduce yourself real quick, and maybe one of you guys could take the lead on saying what the Artisan Village is at DWeb.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I can say a few words and then.
Go ahead, Sean.
I'm just gonna put myself and then hand it over to you. I'm very grateful to be here in the room and excited about how this season is unfolding and all the adventures, and now meeting in real life at DWeb. So my name is Sharon. I'm a researcher and an artist and activist working on the Together project, researching communities and helping people build better communities. Collaborating with all of the beautiful people here on the screen. And happy to meet you all through this. And Leo, please take it from here and you can talk about the village.
Yeah, I'm super excited that this is actually happening. DWeb, I've known about DWeb for a while, and as well as Artizen, and this is just like one of those overlaps and one of those it's great and it's important that we change the infrastructure on a technical level, and it's also incredibly important to bring the humans together, which is, as Mai said, like the original reason why DWeb Camp even started, and why I think Artizen is also so interesting, is not just like talking about different systems and potentialities, but actually approaching it from a human first and creativity centered approach. And so what we thought is like, well, we think there could be like a really cool way to both like learn from more of the permissionless approaches and the interoperable approaches of different internet that is changing how the game works, both from an information standpoint and from an infrastructure standpoint, and Artizen doing that for the creativity world overall, and then like bringing that creativity and elevating that as well in DWeb. Yeah, I'm super stoked this is happening. The last few years I've been weaving among several different ecosystems. I care deeply about the Earth and the connection to Earth, but yeah, through that found my tribe, kind of where people care both about nature and technology. And at the end of the day, it always comes down to the humans, and humans are alive because of creativity for the most part. Like that's when humans feel most alive, is what I find often. And so yeah, super excited.
Well put. Well put. Well, I'm excited about it too. Mai, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Sharon and Leo, for spearheading this partnership, this collaboration. I'm really excited to hang out with you guys in the forests of Germany. Ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen, aber nicht so gut.
Sehr gut, sehr gute Aussprache.
Ich habe in Juni Deutsch gelernt. Mädchen, ich liebe. Deutsch Mädchen didn't go so well. So I stopped learning.
Wow, that's a lot better than.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's not an easy language to learn. Yeah.
I do want to say that even if go for it.
No, go.
Yeah, even if you aren't able to make it to DWeb Camp, we are always doing online events with lightning talks and discussions about what the future webs can be. So you can follow along with us at getdweb.net, and you can also check out our principles there. And you might also even have a local node in your community, depending on where you are, and meet other people who are thinking about these intersections between community, technology, art, and ecology. So really encourage you to get involved and be connected with us.
I love it. And if you want to attend, go to artisanvillage.com and you can apply there. And we've got space for 20 people. Once you get there, everything's covered. We're covering the ticket price, we're covering food, and we also have some travel scholarships available. So we just want really interesting, creative, open-hearted, kind people to come and hang out with us and celebrate the end of this season and have great energy headed into season 7. So Leo, Sharon, do you have anything else that you want to say before we say goodbye?
Liwan would have loved to be here, but as you said, it's great to spend some time with no technology, and that's what she's doing today. So yeah, that's why she's not here right now, but we're super excited for this team and this activation to come together. And in the next week, there will also be Artizen activations in Berlin around Berlin Blockchain Week. Maybe we'll talk about that more in the showcase in 7 days. But yeah, there's a few things that are going to be happening to bring artists, activists, and tech people together in an intentional way throughout the week.
Okay, I love it. Well, thank you guys so much. We've got a treat for you guys coming up right now. We've got live music from the one, the only Summer Bleep Bloop Maker. What's up, Sum? Oh, don't hear you through that mic. Maybe there's another mic. Bleep Bloop Blop Bloop. Summer is, I think, the epitome, the pinnacle, the shining example of the type of creators that I am pumped to support, in that she is multi-talented in the extreme. She's a coder, she's a musician, she's a composer. Ooh, I'm hearing some bleep bloop blops. I could hear the bleep bloops, but not you. We've also got, while Summer's figuring out that technical stuff, we've got a few more creator presentations. We're going to hear from David, Tony, Milena, and E. Very excited about all of that. Bleep, bloop. I'm hearing some drum beats or like a click track maybe. I just beatbox. Or we could just get an extreme close-up of Summer's face. That also works. Why don't we do this? Why don't we pull up the creators, and we'll do one creator, and then we'll check in with Summer, and then we'll do another creator, and we'll check in with Summer, and we'll get the music when the music comes. So up next, we've got David Bunna, Hip Hop Africa, and David also has a new fund that I'm very excited about. David, if you're there, go ahead and flip on your stuff. We'll come back to you some, and then you'll figure it out. David, how's it going, man?
It's going great, Renee. How's it going with you?
This is my favorite showcase that I've had in probably 2 months. So I'm doing really good.
I see. I love the bandana.
Yeah, it's I've been in this creative cave, and that means my wife, and she normally cuts my hair, but I haven't even had time for that. Like, I'm lucky if I get a shower in like every 2 days. It's pretty all out. Like, I'm either like last night I get home from work, and my wife had bought a new desk for our son because we homeschool, and we're like redecorating the garage to be his school, and I was fucking building that thing until midnight last night. So it's like I'm either doing home stuff or I'm doing artisan stuff, but it doesn't leave time for cutting my hair. So it's bandana days now.
Oh, okay. I see that. Myself, I'm not starting my locks journey, so it's a bit rough and scanty, but yeah, I'm growing my hair now.
Grow them. If you can do the dreadlocks, do the dreadlocks.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to do the dreadlocks. I'm tired of cutting my hair.
So tell us, who are you, David, and what is Hip Hop Africa? And do you want to talk about your fund or your project or both?
I could talk about both a little bit, but okay, let me start with the fund. My fund is a fund for creatives. Let me pull that up.
I got it on my end.
Okay.
Republic, right? It's Creative Republic? Yeah. Our search is slow. Let's try it again. Creative Republic. Come on, little app, do your thing. I know you wanna. Well, while our app is slowly pulling it up, why don't you tell us what is Creative Republic Fund?
Yeah, so basically the Creative Republic Fund is supporting artists, designers, makers, cultural entrepreneurs, building, the future of African creativity. Because I watched one of your videos where you were saying about funding creators is always a problem, and I grow up in Ghana, in West Africa. There are a lot of creators, from music to guys who make fashion to guys who make their arts, painters, and it's hard for them to fund their stuff. A lot of them are just talented, and then they find it hard to how to raise funds to put these talents out there. So with these funds, I'm going to be supporting a few of them so they can get their stuff out there.
Love it. I was very attracted to the idea of a fund that supports people that are making things with their hands, which was the things that I highlighted in my brain when you applied to launch this fund.
Yeah, you can see the photo over there for the Creative Republic Fund. Everything in that photo was handmade in Ghana. That was the flag that we did for an event on March 6th. Everybody in the picture, what they're wearing, they were all produced right here in Ghana.
Love it. Do you want us to talk about your project as well, which is Hip Hop Africa, building Pan-African hip hop infrastructure? Tell us about that.
Yeah, Hip Hop Africa. So right now I'm in the Hip Hop Africa studios. I'm in the radio station. And January 1st, we'll launch Hip Hop Africa Radio, which is one branch of Hip Hop Africa, a radio station. We have our app on iOS and Android. We play 24/7 hip hop music. This is also a platform for creatives because rappers and hip hop and musicians, they're all creatives. They're all creatives and they don't, making music over here also there's challenge for getting the music out there. So I decided to create Hip Hop Africa, which we have the radio infrastructure, we have the festival infrastructure, we have the magazine, we have our app, And then we are looking at launching Hip Hop Africa Awards in the long run. So our festival we're going to be doing in Ghana, Nairobi, Johannesburg, and Lagos. So we have a festival in December this year. The video I'm watching is
yeah.
from our last festival. That video was from our last festival, which was all sponsored by myself. You know, there was no brand support or anything. That was the first ever festival we put together, all funded by me. It was a challenge, but it came out successful. The youth turned up, and yeah, it was a success. And after that, I decided to launch the radio, which is live now. And we're having another festival this December. We'll be bringing artists from all over Africa, from East Africa, from West Africa, from North Africa. Everybody will be coming to Ghana this December. We're also bringing fashion designers from East Africa, West Africa, North Africa. Everybody coming to Ghana. So when you come to the festival, you get fashion from every region. You get food from every region. You get clothes from every region. You get music from every region. So it's a full-on festival that showcases everything from, each region from the continent. Yeah.
This is awesome. And this is your pitch deck that we're looking through right now.
Yeah, this is my project. So this is my project lineup for 2026. Initially, we plan to do 3 festivals this year, but because of funding, we're going to be doing 1 festival and multiple pop-ups. So we have a pop-up next month. This month, when we raise funds from Artizen, what we're going to be doing with the funds is buying gears for the radio, because the radio is live right now. When you check all the videos on our radio, on our social media, are recorded through mobile, through iPhone 15 Pro Max. We need to buy gears, we need to buy some cameras so we can get good quality production that can go out there. So I'm raising funds to buy gears, and also that fund will also be going into the festival for December.
Brilliant. Well, yeah, you're not alone anymore. You're not having to fund this all by yourself. The artisan community is going to show up, and Hip Hop Africa is going to get bigger and better every year. I can feel it.
Yeah, I can feel it too. I just uploaded a video which is loading on the presentation. That is from the radio.
Welcome to Pure Water. Here's some creative art from Accra and outside of Accra, some dash.
We have a skate park outside. We have a basketball rim outside, which is broken. We have the skate community coming here 3 times a week. They come skate. We bring kids together. We teach kids how to skate. We teach ladies how to skate. So out there, I'm also building together a hub for creatives. Besides the radio, we have a skating community. We have the basketball community. So 2 or 3 times a week, they come together. We share creative ideas. So this is a hub for the creative and the youth in Ghana. This is where they feel safe. This is where they feel at home. This is where they get their hands dirty in making art and making clothes. We make clothes right here on site. We make art right here on site. We have our radio right here on site. We skate right here on site. Everything is just outside the room I'm sitting at right now.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you so much, David, for making Hip Hop Africa a reality. I'm really pumped about your fund, and I'm pumped to have you here.
Thank you very much.
All right, peace, brother.
Peace.
Let's pull up Sum and see if we got it figured out.
Do you hear me?
I hear you, Sum.
Hey, you hear me? Yes, let's go. Okay, I'll talk briefly and get to playing. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of playing drums and singing over a new EP that's coming out of a collaboration that I started 4 years ago with a friend in Croatia. And I've never done this before. This is just throwing this together for the showcase. I started working. That's kind of the awesome thing of Artizen. It kind of gets me to do like cool other things that it wouldn't be. But now I kind of think I might. Well, we'll see. We'll see. If everyone likes it, I might do it in the future and expand upon it. So,
I already want you to do it in the future. You don't have to see. But
all right. Yes.
Is there anything you want to plug before we listen? Like you've got a project on Artizen.
I have 2 projects. I have the mirroring project and I have sample rate. Mirroring is actually, if we have any musicians out there, it's a tool for composers to train an AI that outputs MIDI on their own style, and I just released the beta, so please message me on Artizen in the Telegram or get my info from Renee or on the project. And yeah, if you want to be a beta tester, please reach out if you're a musician and you think this would be interesting to play with. And you work in a DAW, you work with MIDI. You're the person I want to try this with. And I also have a project called Sample Rate, which is a interactive audience-driven rave, and that is kind of like an interactive installation that the audience makes electronic music together with flashlights that are networked to they each have like a little hidden microcontroller in them, and they're networked to a shared BPM. Yeah.
Ooh. We did an installation of this in Boulder, Colorado at our event there. Super cool. Okay, Summer, let's get to the music.
Let's do it. Okay. All right, I'm switching a thing around. And I'm gonna record enable stuff. I probably sound spooky now.
You do sound spooky.
All right, let's do it.
Slow it for a moment just to think what it would mean. Cause when the pressure turned your arms into my awakening, you want to pretend that you're planning out to safety's guarantee. But if you're honest, it's not promise. Just admit that you want me
Woo-hoo! That was fun. Oh man, I loved it. I loved it.
Sweet. Do we want me to do another, or do we want to? Are we going in between, or should I do another song here?
Why don't we interweave you, because we're sort of free flowing right now. Why don't we pull up a creator, they'll present, and then we'll pull you back in. All right. So I believe we had it was either Tony or Milena up next. Let me see my schedule. It was Tony. All right, so we'll pull up Tony. Hello, Tony.
Hi there.
How are you doing? The Cypher Portal. What a great name.
Uh-oh. Wait.
Can you hear me? Got some buttons to press?
Wait. I have the thing live and I need to get out.
Are you hearing like the echo loop, like you're listening to it somewhere and it's coming through? Oh man, you're in tab hell. Which tab do you need to close? What tab are you trapped in? We'll give you a moment to find the tab. We can always switch it up and go to Milena. Did you figure it?
No, go ahead.
No.
I can come back to me. I can't get
We'll bring Milena up, and then we'll come back to Tony when she figures out which tab to kill. Hello, Milena. How are you doing?
Hello, I am fine. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. Tell us, who are you? What are you working on?
Well, first, this is my first presentation in English alone. I am beginner in English. My speaking is slow.
I can understand you perfectly.
Okay, maybe I have little words. But
do you have a presentation that you want to share, or what is your project name? And I could pull it up.
In last night and today, I made a video to express my thoughts.
Brilliant.
In my laptop, I can share it for you.
Okay. There's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can share your screen, or you can actually upload the video. Either way works.
Please, just a moment.
Take your time.
Thank you.
All right. I love how international our community is. There's people from all over the world that are part of it. I see your screen. All right.
Well, let's start?
Yes, please. Yeah, start it and then go full screen on it. You see that full screen icon in the bottom right-hand corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, do that and then hit the play button.
In the early 20th century, a new vision of the future emerged, a future of speed, of machines, of industry. Nature was left behind. Technology became the promise of tomorrow. More than a century later, many of our visions of the future still carry this idea. But what if we have been looking in the wrong direction? What if the future has been growing around us all along?
Philosopher Byung-Chul Han suggests that our crisis is not only ecological, it is also a crisis of time. He invites us to rediscover Earth time, a slower time, a relational time, a time rooted in care. Indigenous leader Elton Krenak reminds us that the future is ancestral. It begins in our relationship with rivers, forests, mountains, and the earth itself. And perhaps this relationship shapes more than the world around us. As Barry Lopez wrote, "The richer the world around us, the richer the world we can imagine." Nature is a living library of possible futures. When a species disappears, we lose more than life. We lose possibilities. And increasingly, science is revealing that this reconnection is not only philosophical, but our health and well-being.
We can find cases where animals just do things better than we do. In the case of birds, they show this extreme ability to regenerate parts of their brain.
Microbes, microscopic organisms like bacteria, viruses, and fungi, play a significant role in human health and disease. While some microbes can cause illnesses, many are essential for our well-being.
And me, I am Milena Ventri. My work right now is to collaborate with the regeneration of the relationship between humans and nature. Through community ecology, I regenerate urban landscapes. I am a beginner in English. Thanks for your patience and thanks for your time. I appreciate.
Well done. I love that you put together your thoughts like that. It was a visual essay. You have two projects on Artizen, it looks like. You've got community ecology.
Yeah,
and
and app forest.
An
Yes.
ape forest.
Ape.
Tell us a little bit about each. Or I mean, you just told us like sort of the ideascape that you're navigating. Are both of these projects different aspects of that ideascape?
The essence, heart, the project is nature. But ape forest, I building with my friend and community ecological. I building with just me. This is a third.
Well, it looks like you've raised $1,000 for the community ecology project and about $1,000 for the ape forest. Wonderful. Well, is there anything that you'd like to add about either project?
Sorry, you can repeat, please?
Anything else that you'd like to tell us about your work?
Falar sobre seu trabalho. My work in the project is hands on the soil.
Soil, yeah.
Soil, yeah. and shared thoughts about the earth with people.
I love it.
Sorry for my English.
What language is your native language?
Portuguese.
Portuguese. Wadua, our producer, and I, we're going to figure out how to get translation services integrated into this. So you could speak in Portuguese and we could either have closed captioning, where it would just be text that we could all read, or maybe live translation. It's on the list of things that we want to add to make this a better experience. But Milena, you are welcome to come back anytime. I'm very grateful to have you as part of our community. Thank you for sharing your projects with us.
Thank you.
All right, we'll say goodbye to Milena, and let's get another song from Summer, and then we'll go back to Tony.
Hello.
All right, what do you got for us next?
Tell me, could you hear the drums okay? Because this is an experiment, much like all of the things that are happening. We're live experimenting.
Oh, Artizen is nothing if not an experiment. So it's fitting.
Cool.
I could hear the drums, and I couldn't tell if it was intentional or not, but it felt like it was slightly out of sync with the
it was
the
not
digital aspect.
I was wondering. That was sort of what I was asking. I was wondering if the bit. Yeah, I think there's a delay.
Well, this will be fun to listen to it. Okay.
1 second. Let's see. Now, is there less of a delay in my voice? Can you tell? Or does it sound the same?
It looks in sync with your lips.
Okay. I think this might be a better version this time.
Okay. All right.
The experiment.
Take it away. The experiment continues.
I'll just say, just because it's cool, and I've been, setting up and listening to everyone, and yeah, the incredible nature of this being an international community. This next song is kind of in that zone because it's like I said, this is a collaboration with a Croatian friend, and I went over and we worked on this, and it's both in English and Croatian, and yeah. So
let's
take it away, Sum. My favorite bleep bloop maker in the world.
Wow, that's huge. Seriously. Okay.
All right. I loved it. What a vibe. Feeling it. That was great. All right, we're going to go to Tony. Hey, Tony. Did you figure it out?
Hey, I think so. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We're going to talk about the Cypher portal.
Yes, we're going to talk about the Cypher portal. And I want everybody for a second to just close your eyes for a few seconds and then take a breath in and a breath out. Yes. Think of a place that changed your life. And now imagine someone you've never met, thousands of miles away, is breathing with you at the same time. Now open your eyes. That's it. That's the connection. That's the Cypher portal. My name is Tony Blackman. And for 20 plus years, I've been studying a technology that existed long before social media. It's the Cypher, right? The Cypher is a human technology. It is a hip hop concept, a hip hop practice. The Cypher represents 360 degrees. It's about giving and exchanging energy, information, and ideas. People have been in circles for centuries, drumming, dancing, eating, praying. And that's why it makes such sense in hip hop music and cultures. Whenever you see a bunch of rappers together and they're in this circle and they're freestyling, they're having a Cypher. If you see a bunch of dancers in a circle, they're having a Cypher. I've witnessed it in New York. I've witnessed it in Ghana, and shout out to Hip Hop Africa. We need to connect. I've witnessed it in Senegal. And it's a circle where strangers can be connected immediately through the voice. So last year I was filming meditation footage for a meditation project in Dakar, a hip hop meditation project. I was standing on a beach at sunrise and I had this question. What if someone in Brooklyn could experience this moment right now and answer back? Not with a comment, not with the like, but with their voice. So with this, there's no jargon, there's no blockchain, and there's not even AI. Now we might delve into VR at some point, but no platform language. The Cypher portal just begins with a brief meditation filmed in the car. You watch, you breathe, and then you're invited to respond. A word, a prayer, a freestyle, a memory, a breath. Your voice is recorded and added into a growing audio archive. Thousands of voices are layered together, and the result becomes an evolving soundscape and a film documenting collective healing in real time. So the audience doesn't become art, doesn't consume art, they become it. And that's what it is about, because we're living in the most connected moment in human history, y'all. Yet, why do we feel so disconnected? Can someone tell me?
Yeah, well, we're mediated by so much, right? Like it's the medium that's connecting us. Only it's like a tiny little straw that we're trying to fit ourselves through, and there's so much of us that isn't connected.
Yes. So the Cypher portal creates a new kind of public space that could be set up on street corners, at festivals, at conferences and summits. It's a space where a teenager in Brooklyn, a grandmother in Dakar, an artist in Accra, or in Berlin can contribute to the same piece of art, not as spectators, but as co-creators. And because we don't need another platform that's competing for our attention, we need experiences that restore our connections. And today I'm just looking for 3 things: partners who can help build a recording interface, who knows how that works, funders who believe connection is a form of infrastructure, and cultural institutions and festivals that want to host the first Cypher portal activations. The footage exists, the music exists. I have a meditation album coming out in a couple of months. The methodology exists, but now we're building the portal. So join the Cypher and help us build the future. I forgot to move the slides. I always forget.
I've been sort of vibing the slide.
I'm a performer, man. I'm a performer, and I forget about slides. See, listen. So if you want to keep it all going and energy flowing, you must remember and know: worry does not make us strong. It just brings the negative on. It becomes like a prayer of all that we fear. Intentions are clear. You be losing your hair and losing your sleep when your thoughts compete with your dreams. When you're filled with worry, we lose patience when we're in a hurry, thinking ourselves into anxiety. Some will think you are crazy because you choose not to worry. Please let them be. Set yourself free. Manage your own energy emotionally. Faith without works just is dead, dead, dead. But there is no faith when you live in your head. Ha. Why worry? 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 Because if you have control over a thing, why worry? If you don't have control over a thing, why worry? So here is the Artizen Showcase. What do? We use this time to be inspired, be connected, and be worry-free. Because guess what? There's a global activation happening right now, and we are all a part of it. How beautiful is that?
That was amazing. I loved that. That was the whole presentation. You don't need a slide deck. Just do that. That was brilliant. I love that.
Thank you.
Oh, man. I feel like I got so much information about what your project is about just through that performance.
Thank you.
What a gift.
Yes.
Well, let me pull up your project on Artizen real quick. Let's do a quick check-in with where you're at. So you're trying to. Oh, we got more of your deck to get through first. Join the Cypher, fund the future. Love it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to say from your deck about
Well,
what you're doing?
I think the main thing is remembering that the cipher is just a new word for the circle. It's an ancient healing technology, and it's accessible. No expertise is needed. I've been facilitating cipher workshops with teachers, C-suite executives, people on the street. I'm headed to Alabama this weekend for pre-Juneteenth activities to work with a community of young men. People become the art, and I think we have a lot of possibilities to help people with their mental health, their mindfulness, and their connection in some very simple ways, and we can make it fun.
Well, I love your artifact. I think it's absolutely beautiful. What a cool project. We need to get some money in, though. We haven't raised any money for this project. Now it's on my radar.
Yes.
$7,000 is totally doable. Again, as soon as we say goodbye today, we're going to launch the next fund drive. And so the main thing, Tony, is that you will see your this available number here. You'll see some dollar amount there. Yes. That's your goal. Your goal is to raise enough money from your fans, your supporters, your investors, your backers, your donors, to unlock whatever that number is, and then try to get people to boost your project up enough that you win some prize money. So let's get it done. It's on my radar. I'll throw some money in. I'll boost it.
Okay.
But what a joy. What a joy to get to know you. What a cool project.
No, and what a joy that Artizen exists and that these connections exist. I'm a global traveler. I'm the first official U.S. hip hop ambassador. And I'm in America, and sometimes I get itchy. So today I got fed by everyone's presentation. So I want to thank everybody who presented. It's been really
It's a good one today, right? Some really interesting projects.
Really good.
We're gonna keep it going because this is the first showcase in ages we've put energy into, and what you put energy into feeds you. And this is going to feed us. So let's all keep putting energy into this and make it something really special.
Yes.
And with that, Tony, we're going to say goodbye. We're going to hear one more song from Summer, and then we're going to bring up E, and she's going to tell us about Reset and Rise, which I want to see all of you at tomorrow, but we'll let E tell it. All right, Tony, I hope to see you at another one of these. You're welcome to come anytime at all. All right, there is some.
Hey, did we fix the delay problem in our last?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, it sounded good.
Cool. All right, let's do it.
I'm just gonna get right into it.
And this will be our last song, and then we'll do E to take us home. All right. That was good. Some. Well done.
Thanks for having me.
Woo-hoo! Is that Nikki in the background?
Yes, and I'll switch to this. He also has a project in this season of Artisan. He's also videoing this right now for some to
Hi,
dual
Nikki.
purpose used to say hello.
What up, everybody?
How's it going, man? Good to see you. What's the name of your project again, Nikki? It's really a cool one. You're an amazing photographer.
Yes, I'm working on a book about all the wild things occurring in Silicon Valley. It's a mix of landscapes and portraiture and wild robotics.
What's it called?
photographs. It's going to be a hardcover photo book, much like the other one that I've created. Yeah, Quiet Constant Tremble, because of the ever-present threat of plate tectonics threatening the AI
Yeah, it
engine.
seems no coincidence. Quiet, constant tremble. Oh, I love that. Beautiful. All right, Nikki, Summer, lovely to see you both. Thanks for presenting music. Let's bring up E to take us home. E.
Hello, hello, Summer.
doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see
Hello.
you. Yeah.
She helped me win a robot fight against you, Renee, in Boulder.
You guys conspired.
She kicked
You
ass. It was so
conspired.
good.
What fun, though. What fun.
It was so fun. Absolutely.
I wish I could go back to Boulder. That was a magical event. So E, how are things going with Reset and Rise? What is it? Tell people about what we have going. Tell us about what's cooking tomorrow.
Absolutely. Reset and Rise. Today I want to highlight our amazing facilitators, because so a lot of us in modern human, it's an experience when we are stuck in some emotions. We all have this experience where it's just overwhelmed, stress, and sadness, and grief, or fear of something coming up, and anxiety that stop us from really functioning and really enjoying life and being functional and being productive or effective or show up for the people we really care about. And that's why Reset and Rise exist. My dream is to bring together world-class facilitators. We turned down 11 out of 12 facilitators in our community to join us because we're highly selective. We want to bring facilitators like I want to share some of our about page of the facilitators that are in our community. We have people who are extremely experienced. For example, we have Danny, who has been facilitating breathwork for over 10 years. And and Beth, who is in community in an amazing space holder for anger, and who's also a death doula. And we have Linda, who has been doing this work for over 14 years and doing sound healing. She's showing up, I believe, in next Friday with a sound bath for us. Robbie has been doing this for years, who is an experienced somatic therapist, holding us tomorrow actually with burnout and overwhelm support through somatic yoga. And so she brings her expertise of how do we be with our body and regulate our nervous system. And our latest facilitator, Katya, is joining, who has over 10 years of hypnosis and EMDR experience. And we had a session last week on Friday that's free for all Artisan people to join at the same time as this showcase. It's 10 a.m. Pacific time.
On a different day, though, on Fridays.
On Friday, every Friday, yes, come hang out with us.
And you can find, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, I'll throw the link in there. I'm going to share the link to our new Luma events page, and we'll be putting every week's Reset and Rise session there. So please go and RSVP so you don't lose track of it.
Yes, and today before we sign off, I want to do something to help with our nervous system. Just a 2-minute exercise if you're open to do an experiment with me. And then I invite everyone to do it.
Thing I'm open to.
So first, you just need a tool like a pen or a stick with a tip, like things that your eyes can see that's different from the rest. If you look around, perfect. And so I welcome anyone who is listening and watching to join us. And it's super simple. And then think about something that you have going on later today or tomorrow that you don't want to do. You have the resistance. Yeah, something is coming up. And then notice, Renee, you don't have to tell me what it is, but when you think about the thing, how strong is that resistance between 1 and 10?
Oh, it's not that strong. It's like a 6.
Cool. Okay. 6 is decent. Yeah, great. And then for everyone else, I invite you to think about how strong. Just give it a number, and that makes sense to you, between 1 and 10. And then what we're going to do is using our eyes to trace the tip. And what we're going to do is to draw a really big horizontal 8 in front of your eyes. And without moving your head, just use your eyes to trace the tip and right in front of you, like so. And so do it very slowly and kind of use your pen to draw a figure 8 horizontally. Slow down and see if you can draw it as big as possible to the edge of your vision. And when you do that and slow down, like slow it way down and do a figure 8. And notice places where you want to speed up, or notice places where your eyes want to skip and it's hard to track. And then when you do this, keep thinking about the thing that you don't want to do. Feel the resistance in your body and keep thinking about it, and keep just slow down and slow way down to, while taking some deep breath through your nose. And then keep thinking about the thing that you don't want to do. Notice the resistance in your body and just keep on breathing while you have your eyes trace the pen. And it's very tempting to make it fast. See if you can go slower than comfortable. And then make the circle bigger. So you can stretch to the edge of your vision. And then when you finish with your current circle, take a deep breath and then reverse the direction. And then see if you can make the circle even bigger. And keep thinking about the thing that you don't want to do. And then slow down your breath. And then we'll finish the current circle that you're on. And once you finish, you can put down the pen and just close your eyes and just breathe for a second. And then feeling into the thing that you have resistance towards. How strong is that now?
It's like a 3 now.
Not bad for just a minute, right? With following a pen. And how this works is our eyes are actually part of the brain. And so when we are moving our eyes to the edges, we're stimulating our brain while bringing something that is traumatic. Is a very dramatic word to use here, but it's a thing where our body and our system is like, I don't want to do, it's exceeding some capacity in some ways that's really triggering for us. So it helps soothe our brain and really soothe out a lot of the edges where we have challenges. And then for those who are curious and want to experiment some more, track your number now. And then when you're at home, you can do like just a circle instead of a figure 8, and do a circle and then reverse and then track your number again. Just take a couple of minutes. It's a pretty neat trick to reset our nervous system from something that you may have going on after the showcase.
Wonderful. And what a great way to end. We should maybe always try to end with a little meditation like that. The energy of the showcase is so bubbly and frenetic. It's nice to have something grounding.
Yeah, I'm happy to come on, and there are a lot of different ways to support ourselves, and that's why Reset and Rise exist. And for those who want a bigger reset, tomorrow we get to support all of you with burnout and overwhelm with somatic yoga. And also, you don't have to have your camera on for those who are shy to be like, I don't want to do yoga in front of strangers. We're people, a community. You please come on board, and we'd love to have you.
Well, I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time for our Reset and Rise session. All artisans are welcome to come. We're picking up the bill. And congratulations to all the funds who've raised money today. We're going to be deploying over-indexing on how much we give to funds, because we really want to replenish funds. So if you are curated for a fund, or if you're running a fund, really use these weekly fund drives to focus your energy on bringing sponsors on, whether those are individual small dollar sponsors or companies that are aligned. That's what I'm manifesting right now. It's really the big thing that we need to prove out in our product is, can we get people, companies, foundations, nonprofits to sponsor these community funds? So let's all put energy into that this coming fund drive. We blew our goal out of the water. We were setting a $250,000 goal, and we got to almost 300. We'll call it 280. But this next week, we're going to keep incrementing the goals. So this week's fund drive, which I'm going to go launch right now, we're going to have a $500,000 goal. We'll see if we can hit it.
Wow.
We'll see you.
Well, Renee, if you have like one ask of the fund directors and people who are the funds or in the community listening, what would that be?
Wake up. I think that's the we got sleepy. I put a lot of energy into, finding amazing people like you who are running a fund. And then I disappeared to go build the new Artizen. And now I'm coming back. And I think in that interim, a lot of energy got dissipated. And so go see if you've got amazing projects that have submitted that you have not yet curated, go curate them. Make a list of people, organizations, whether you know them or you don't, that you think are aligned with the mission of your fund. And then together, let's figure out how to go out to those people, because folks want to support these causes, these creative niches, these different types of creativity. People want to put their energy into them. They just need to have a receptacle, a vessel, a container for that. And that's what these community funds are supposed to be. There, I visualize them as little pools, but they need to be, filled with all of our, resources that we can afford to give to these different wonderful, beautiful little areas of creativity.
I love that. Yes, I'm waking up as well as a fund director. I'm going to go back and support emotional liberation funds. And so I'm going to go and curate more projects for those who applied for the fund. And then also I will be reaching out to get more sponsorship. So, yes.
I love it.
Yeah. Thank you, Renee.
Hug and
Love
kiss.
you, friend. And I will see you next week.
See everyone next week. Thank you. This was a great one. All right. Cheers, everyone.